What's going on, everybody? It's Harrison back with the second video in the last 2 weeks. Today's video will be on Arkansas's Hagen Smith and their great start to this season in general, but mainly on what Hagen Smith did in his last outing and the Arkansas team overall. So, the last time Hagen Smith went out there, he threw up 17 strikeouts on top of his bullpen coming in after him and striking out another 8 to make it 25 strikeouts out of the 27 batters that they faced that game, which is insane, obviously. But to give you a little bit of a background on who Hagen Smith really is, he is a consensus first team All American, projected first overall pick, throws mid 90s, plays for Arkansas, obviously. But he was also the National Pitcher of the Year Award semifinalist, first team All ACC, All SEC, and the All Defensive team as well. So this dude is just insane. Also, being a Golden Spikes Award semifinalist, which is basically the MVP for college baseball. Left-handed pitcher. He's a junior. He's 6'3", 225 pounds. Um, but this dude has just been insane over his career. Over 71 innings last year, he had a 364 ERA with an 8.8-2 record, with 109 strikeouts to 42 walks. So the walks have been a little bit of a problem for him. Over his career at Arkansas, went 15-4 with a 4.15 ERA over 28 starts. With 156 innings pitched, he has 218 strikeouts to 91 walks. So he's kind of projecting as a bit of a Dylan Cease right now, as he has not been able to produce at the highest level because of his ERA, and also his walk number. If he can really get that walk number down, then he'll have less of a problem with the walks, obviously, but also less of a problem giving up runs. Now, the Arkansas team overall is currently sitting at 5-2. While they beat in Mercy James Madison 15-5 in their second game of the season, they really showed what they could do against number 7 Oregon State in that 25 strikeout game, where they won 5-4 over Oregon State, which was a really good game to watch. If you didn't watch it, I suggest go watching highlights. That game was played at Globe Life Field, which is currently the Texas Rangers Stadium. Now, they did happen to lose to Oklahoma State, but they also didn't lose by much. It was 2-1, got walked off in the 14th inning, so it is not like they played bad. They beat James Madison 6-4 in their first game of the year, setting off a good tone to start the year off. And then again, 15-5 Mercy Rule, 4-0 in their fourth game. But in that third game, they did lose 7-3 to James Madison. So it wasn't the best game in the world, but that's okay. Now, some of their main contributors on this roster are, of course, Hagen Smith, the projected first overall pick. But they also got Nolan Souza out of Hawaii, and he's been producing pretty good for them, as their second baseman, or yeah, probably their second baseman. I don't know exactly what position he's been playing, but I know he's been playing infield. 6'3", 220. Bats lefty, throws righty, so he's a little bit one of those weirdos, but it's aight. They got Jack Wagner, the grad out of Kansas. And then they also got the junior Kendall Diggs, who's been really good for them, out of St. Thomas Aquinas in Kansas. But those are really the main people that they've had their team kind of based around this year. And they're hoping to make it back to the World Series like they did last year. But they do have kind of a tough schedule being in the SEC, having to play all of those really good SEC schools like Auburn, Alabama, LSU, Ole Miss, South Carolina. You can't forget about them, Florida. So they have a very, very hard schedule. But if they can pull it off, they will be able to make the World Series again, and are hoping to have probably their best year in the past couple of years. Um, but yeah, thank you guys for listening to this video. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you guys can subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.